Alright, this is a fun story. Alright, so the guy that I play pool with, he's a sound guy. He hears sounds. He's the guy helping me with the lyrics and songs and how to decode them and stuff, and how to hear words they say, but when blended together, you hear something different. And then you start to understand what the artist is talking about and why he or she created a song. It's been pretty cool. So, that man's a sound man. And I believe he toured with Lemmy from Motorhead for 2 years. 20 shows a year. Okay? Lemmy from Motorhead. I play pool with a guy that was the sound guy for Lemmy, for fuck's sakes, from Motorhead. So, tell me a story about Lemmy. He just said something quite simple. When he first met Lemmy, he did his job right, made sure everything was good, and after the show, Lemmy walked right up to him and gave him one of these. Didn't smile, walked past him. Probably fucking with him a little. And he was all concerned. He thought he fucked up. He thought he messed up the show, whatever. It wasn't good. He thought it sounded good. Later on he heard that Lemmy only gives people the finger when he likes those people. You know, you can tell he likes you if he gives you the finger. If he gives you a 28. So, Lemmy gave people a 28 every day if he liked them. And we're talking about Littlefinger creating his own reality by every time he closes his eyes, seeing a picture of what he wants. Are we being taught something here by the powers that be? Is there going to be a bunch of people wearing cubes with dots connecting in a certain geometry and shape and pattern? Is that going to start happening now? I don't know. But, it's very interesting. All these coincidences. So, you know, if you double it up, a 28 and a 28 is a 56, which is a 55 encircled. And we all know what a 55 is. A 55 is your 666, where one is a plain 6, one is a circled 6, the other one is a doubly circled 6. Where the doubly circled 6 depicts Daenerys Targaryen fire, where the singly circled 6 depicts Jon Snow, the earth, and the upper 6 depicts the beast of the sea, what's-his-face. And together, they're the beasts of Littlefinger's revelation. I'm guessing. And Brandon Stark, who is Job, has to witness it all from afar. And he's the only one that knows the truth. He's the witness of this all. Brandon Stark is essential because he is Satan's witness. Brandon Stark is like Austin Lee Meredith because when people are shouting, "Hold the door, Hodor! Hold the door!" when that long-haired chick is like dragging Brandon, saying, "Hold the door, hold the door," and Hodor is there, but Brandon is in that state where he's the three-eyed raven. 1, 2, 3, yelling. He can hear. He's the source. 3 makes 4 makes 5. It went back into the past where Brandon was standing, and her words were heard by him in the past to affect the rest of his life. And that was all preordained because he had to hold the door so they could get away far enough. Everything happens for a reason. So Brandon Stark symbolizes Satan's witness. who is Littlefinger, who is creating his reality the most out of all the other people who are trying to create a reality, because they only talking about it like once a week in like a staff meeting. Or here and there. Like when you're declared king and they kind of almost kill you but you come back. That's like the last time you really talk about that. All the other time you're working. It's the beast out of the sea, the beast out of the earth, the beast out of the fire, I guess, whatever. Fire is one of the most said words in the Bible, probably. I don't know. Because it's creation at its most infinite form in the visual light spectrum, because red is where it gets more flat, and then when you get to violet, that's why your feet are your roots, and they're because your root systems are complex, okay? What grows up here, the seed, the last thing the last thing that the one-dimensional line or the sine wave leaving your head of energy touches is your brain. That's your red chakra, guy. That's why my red hat's not here, obviously, but it's very interesting. What if we all start creating a better reality? Not for oneness, for like personal gain and screwing over other people, but how about treat everyone like alike, only different? And let it be, let it be. Whispered words of wisdom, let it be, you know? Because everything you do matters. It doesn't matter what it is. And how you perceive your reality is unique to you. So you are the only representative for your Earth. We're all just shells in a shell game. So either these videos make sense or they don't. I think that's Game of Thrones. GOT. 7 of the game of the god of the universe, because the two-dimensional screen you're watching this on is within the two-dimensional screen of your vision. N+2 guy. And so we're communicating right now. Anyway, that's cool. Like, did a good job. I can see why it's so popular and got so much budget, because they had a vision and they created it, obviously. I mean, it's a well done series. I use their clips and whatnot. Somehow that doesn't get copyrighted. These are my commentaries on what I'm observing in relationship to everything else that's going on numerically in Earth. In my Earth. In my Earth and my Earth alone, because no one understands me. And I'm my most hated critic, because there's no one else here to judge me in my universe other than me. Just like with you. There is no one else in your universe who can judge you other than you. And once you wake up to the truth, you'll see what I mean. Everything you do matters. One thing I learned from pool. Playing billiards. Douchebag pool is where it's at. I'm telling you guys. A great game. It'll rekindle your love of pool if you once had a love of pool and lost that loving feeling. Now, because we are all, like the G's are us, right? Jesus, the 7s are us, the G's are us, G's of the us, G's of the us. We're all a bunch of 7s. Creation code, depicted very well in Game of Thrones. I highly recommend it. What else can I say? I don't know. You might not like it. Cheers.